I just had to turn on the camera because I feel like this is a really, really big moment for The Line, which is my small stationery business. I just sent an email to the leasing agent saying that I want to move forward with leasing a unit with them. And I couldn't even have imagined this when I first started the business back in October of 2020. It's not anything crazy, but it's my first one and it feels really scary. And to get to this time period in my business just feels very monumental. And I'm just so thankful and proud of what I've created over the last few years. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give this update. I do want to do a video around the whole process around getting this office and what we want to do with the office / studio space. So please make sure to stay tuned. And yeah, I can't wait to document it all for you guys. That's all. Weeks since I turned the camera on to talk about what's going on with the office and The Line and the small business, but a lot has actually been happening behind the scenes, and I feel like I'm really bad at updating you guys, maybe just because it hasn't been coming naturally to me to just vlog this whole process. But I think there is value in vlogging the process, at least for me to just look back on, and also for anyone who is an aspiring entrepreneur, so you guys can kind of see the real behind the scenes of what happens, everything that goes into running a business. So here is the update. It is actually February 29th and we are moving into the office tomorrow. I will be vlogging that. I will show you an empty office tour, but I wanted to tell you guys everything that has happened throughout this month. So I think where I last left you is that we were talking to an insurance broker to just talk about insurance and all of that. That actually took so much of my time. There was a lot of back and forth between the insurance broker as well as the landlord, and I feel like I was just like this middle person who doesn't really know what's going on. Essentially, the landlord has very specific instructions and requirements for insurance because it is an older building, which you will see tomorrow. They need me to make sure that I have that covered in my insurance. Fast forward, I finally got the insurance and I signed it. So that happened earlier this week. The insurance for the entire year was due the time that I signed it. So the total for my office insurance was $1,225, which is so much money. It is a lot of money on top of everything else that I'm paying for this month, but I'm really glad that that's now dealt with, because now it kind of just makes everything really official that I am moving into an office space tomorrow, and I'm trying not to get myself really overwhelmed by it because I feel like I could really spiral if I did. I have a lot of thoughts about moving into an office space, just I guess limiting beliefs that I have about myself, which I can talk about maybe in a different video, but it took a lot for me to get to deciding on signing the lease, deciding on signing the insurance, and I'm really proud of myself for getting myself here at least, but it was a lot of it was a big mental battle with myself to even do all of that. So that can be something that we talk about in another video, but I just wanted to let you guys know kind of how we got here. So the other things that I'm considering now is furniture. Furniture is really, really expensive, and I'm trying to like really pace myself on the things that I want to get right now versus I can get down the line. So for now, what I identified is that I need a desk to work on and I need a chair. So those two things I have already ordered. I ordered a desk from Staples. It hasn't come in yet. I ordered it earlier. No, I ordered it mid-month and I was really hoping that it would come for tomorrow, but I haven't received it. And the other one is a chair. So I got myself a chair from StruckTube. I am supposed to pick that up today. So I might grab that later and I can bring that to the office tomorrow when I do my walkthrough. I also created a whole mood board and a like list of things that I want and how much I want to spend and my whole budget. I can pop that over here so you guys can kind of understand what I'm trying to achieve with the office slash studio and what kind of furniture I'm looking at. The other thing is right now I'm not vertically integrated. And what that means is I have to go somewhere to do my printing and my cutting for my stationery products. And those are like the main things that I sell. So being vertically integrated means that I can do everything on my own. And right now, because I do everything in my 1-bedroom apartment, I'm not able to invest in really big things that will allow me to do that. So primarily it's a really good printer and also a guillotine or a paper cutter. I do have those things, but just in a like smaller version that can't really do it in bulk, if that makes sense. But anyway, because I have the office space now, I'm able to now invest in a really good printer that will allow me to print in bulk, as well as a guillotine or a paper cutter that will allow me to cut in bulk. So that is a win in the sense that it unlocks a different process that I can now do. However, I have to pay for those things. So the other must-haves that I had set for myself for this new office is getting a new printer, which was $755. And then the other one is the cutter, which was $2,098.16. That is so much money. And I'll say that that wasn't even in the high end of it. I was looking at other cutters and the lower end of like 6,000 to 10,000 to 15,000. And I just don't have the funds right now to invest in a really, really high end one. And I think that the one that I got is actually perfect for what I need it for. So I've also had to pay for those two things. I think the printer is arriving tomorrow and then the cutter is gonna arrive at the end of next week. And the last must have that I had purchased is a new place where I can store my inventory. So now that I have all this space in the office, I'm able to move my inventory from my apartment to the office. I invested in a PAX wardrobe. I just bought that today, so that should arrive on Saturday. So yeah, I have spent a lot of money for my small business in the last 2 weeks, but I feel like I was able to stick to budget and really only get the things that are a must for now. I do have visions of making this office more of like a studio space so that I'm able to shoot content, not just for my business, but also for YouTube. You'll likely see me shoot more of my YouTube content there as well. So it's definitely dual purpose. I'm definitely putting a lot of money in the forefront and hopefully it will pay off in the future. To end off this clip, I'll tell you how much I spent based off of everything that I just listed. So the desk, the chair, the printer, the guillotine, the IKEA PAX wardrobe, and my insurance. That came up to a total of $5,054.62 that I had paid for my office. I know it's a lot of money and I have been, I don't want to say stressed financially because I want to attract abundance and the mindset that what you put out will just come back to you tenfold. So that's what I'm manifesting. But it has been a lot of thinking about my financials this month, not just with my personal, but also with my small business. So I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. And so you know that it's not something that like is all glamorous, but I'm really, really excited to get into the space tomorrow. It'll be my first time seeing it completely empty, repainted with no one's stuff in it. And I'm excited to furnish it and I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like in the end. So yeah, that's it. I gotta go pick up the office chair now and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. It is officially day one of moving into my office and I cannot wait to bring you guys along. I'm gonna go get ready to pick up the keys. I'll show you guys the empty office tour as well. So yeah, let's get the day going. I got a new tripod, which I have been loving, and I need to bring this to the office tour because I feel like it'll just help with creating content. This is from Amazon. I also want to bring extra batteries for my camera because I feel like it's going to be a long content day, so I'm just charging them up, but I will be bringing this. I've got my notebook here from The Line that I just want to bring in case I want to take any notes, a laptop and my phone, and then I'll show you what I'm bringing for my bag. Also, look how adorable my cat is. Hi. I also want to do a quick fit check. So I want it to be really comfortable, but also warm. It's still kind of cool here in Vancouver, and I just wanted to do something comfy. So I got a black turtleneck, some trousers, and a belt. I don't know if I'm going to change, but I think that this is what I might be wearing later. As I mentioned, I'm going to get a bag, so I might bring this one. This is my Celine tote that's so handy, and I got to fill it with all my stuff. I also have to drop off some orders at the post office. I might do that before I head out. So yes, let's go do the drop off now, and then we'll head over to the office. Okay, I lied. I actually changed because I feel like I'm going to be creating some content while I'm there, just some behind the scenes. So I wanted to do something a little bit cuter. So I know that it's winter time, but I feel like I'm already in my like spring era. So I love this from Aritzia. I got it recently. I think they still have it. And then these pants or trousers from Uniqlo. They're the same as the brown ones that I just showed you, but in black. And then this is a silver belt also from Aritzia. And in terms of shoes, I might do something like sneakers because it is still rainy. And then if you can see, I did make myself a bowl of cereal because I feel like I'm gonna be running around, so I need something in my stomach so that I don't starve later. So yeah, that is the look. Just gonna eat that bowl of cereal and then we will get going. It is a totally empty office space, and I'm so happy with it. They did a repainting job just before I moved in here. When I first saw this space, it was full of someone else's stuff, and it was really hard for me to really visualize how my stuff would fit in here. But now that I'm actually seeing it completely empty, repainted, and just cleaned up a bit, I'm just so happy with it. And yeah, I'm like so ecstatic, and I cannot wait to start to furnish this place. This is what the space is looking like. I will give you guys the grand tour, and there's not really much. I will say it is small. It's 275 square feet, but it is perfect for me, for one person who's gonna be working from here. But as you can see, this is where you can enter the space, and there are a lot of doors. I will preface, there's a door in almost every single wall, and that's because we are sharing the space. This is an old building. We have neighbors on either side of us, so that's why there's a lot of doors. But I like the fact that they're painted white, so it's kind of like part of the wall, if that makes sense. You would enter from here. This is just a little closet space. It's empty right now. Well, I have my bag at the bottom and my coat, but I might just use this for inventory stuff maybe. So that is a closet just off of the right side of the door, and then we've got a big empty space here. And then the reason why I fell in love with this place is because it had really big windows, and it is going to be facing where the sun would be, especially during the summertime. I obviously do a lot of YouTube videos and content around my small business, so I think it'll really help to have the sun facing me. I know it's going to get really hot in the summer months, but I think that with curtains and things like that, that'll help, but it's just good lighting. And then if you pan over here, just another door again, and another door over here. But this is what the space is looking like, and I'm honestly so thrilled with it. My idea is to kind of make this into an office slash a studio space. And when I say studio space, it's just kind of like a space to be able to create content for my small business, have it be a functional space for packing and shipping orders. So I'll have a desk over here. I'm not gonna make my desk too big, but I think I'll put it in this left-hand corner over here, and a chair, obviously. I plan to have another like similar type of vibe as this, like a closet to put my inventory, which will likely go on the right-hand side. And then what I'll have kind of along the wall might be just a desk for packing and shipping. So I would say like the first half or a little bit of the space will be dedicated to just the working space for the line. But then the other idea is to have a couch over here and maybe an accent chair and a coffee table kind of in the middle of the space. I don't know, I'm not gonna get anything too big because obviously it's not huge, but I just kind of want to have something that will make the space more homey and so that I can create content here as well. And yeah, so that's the idea. So yes, this is the space. I'm so happy with it. I hope you guys like it, and I will definitely be bringing you along this journey of filling up this space and making it usable for me and my needs.
Perfect. Of course. Perfect. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I just got the very first delivery to the office, and it is a printer. This is an enterprise printer, so it's probably a little bit better than just what you would get at Staples, which is what I'm currently using now. I wanted to get all of my operations vertically integrated. That's why I invested in this printer as well as a paper cutter that's gonna come next week. So I will unpack that later because I don't need to do it right now. There's literally nothing here furniture-wise yet, so there's no sense in just opening this up right now. But yeah, I'm glad that the printer is here and made it safe. And the rest I think will come a little bit later. I might bring some boxes later and I'll show you that. And then tomorrow we have more things coming in. Okay, quick update. I went home after the printer got delivered and I got some lunch, and I also just did a little bit of budgeting, as you saw. I'm actually quite proud of how I've been progressing throughout the day. I wasn't dreading this day, but I just knew that it can get overwhelming. So I really took it upon myself to make sure that I don't get overwhelmed and to slow things down. So I'm happy with how the day is going. I think it's around 2:30 now, and I'm gonna go back to the office later to drop off some boxes just so that they're there. My friend who has a truck is going to be helping me. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how the day is going. I think a lot of the work will happen tomorrow and just over the weekend with unpacking and all that stuff. But yeah, just very happy with how the day has gone. As I mentioned, I was just doing some budgeting. I had to pay for the invoice for my email and social media marketing. That comes out usually closer to the beginning of the month. And then there's also the insurance that I spoke about. So definitely lots of finances that are involved when moving into a new office, but overall it's good that I've like budgeted for these things and knew that they were coming so that I know what and where my money is going. I need maybe another coffee before I go back to the office. I'm also gonna show you guys what my current office looks like. It's all pretty much packed up now, but I want to show you kind of how the space looks compared to the office space that we just leased, so you can see how much bigger it is compared to what I'm used to. So I'll do that right now. Does anyone else's cat just loves these like little boxes where they can just plop themselves? He's my little helper today. We have got, ignore all of that, we're just moving things around, but this is my entryway, and to the very right of it you can see we have like this den that part of it has like my partner's stuff, like his outerwear and all that. We also have like winter hats and mittens and all that, and then some shoes here. So this whole section used to actually be for my inventory, but now all of that is packed up in boxes and I only have some inventory left. So my inventory looks like this. I had so many of these, but they were now packed up in these types of boxes. This is not all of them. This is just kind of what's left, but these are banker's boxes. They are really good and really sturdy. So if you're moving, I highly recommend these. I got them from Amazon. I have a couple more boxes here that I can work with for the rest of my stuff, but you can see that I was working in like a 60 square foot tiny little office desk. There's also like snowboards behind me, and I have this standing desk from IKEA. So to go from this to what you saw earlier is such a big improvement, and I'm very happy with it. But I'm still going to be working from here when I'm just working from home, but I think all of this will now just be our personal stuff, as opposed to in the past it used to have all of the line inventory. So very thrilled with that and the change that's going to happen there. I am now just going to start to build some more of these banker's boxes and pack up the rest of what you guys saw over there. And my friend who's helping me is going to come in like 30 minutes. today. It is currently Sunday. I think I vlogged yesterday as well as Friday, so you would have seen kind of what we brought to the place. Essentially, it's just full of boxes everywhere. I also got an IKEA delivery. So the plan for today is I hired a TaskRabbit to essentially put together the IKEA stuff. I got a wardrobe, which I will show you how it all looks in the end, but I got an IKEA wardrobe to use kind of as a place to store my inventory. She's coming really soon, I think in less than 10 minutes. While she's doing that, I'm going to set up the printer that I just got. And then I'm also gonna see if there's anything I can kind of do in the background. I might also start just editing this vlog while she's here. Currently, there is still no other furniture in the space. It's just boxes of inventory and that new IKEA wardrobe that she's going to help me set up.